Alright, so I'm working on this pretty big task, and it's like halfway done or so. So I figured I'd show off my progress, and then hopefully the next video I'll have the entire task done. So yeah, the task involves a whole bunch of new stick animations. I'll go ahead and show them. They're not all done yet, but I did most of them. But yeah, what it's gonna be is like this header here. Right now I just have like a temporary image and like a plain color background, but what I want to have is a dynamic interactive thing where basically instead of a face here there's a stickman here, and there's stickman walking all along the header, and when you move the cursor, like when you hover the cursor onto a stickman, he should react like he's getting hit by the cursor. So for example, like here, let me just loop this here. So here, what it's going to happen is if the cursor like hits him on the head, he'll react like his head got hurt. Then here, if he gets hit in the face like that, he'll react like he got punched in the face. And what I do, if you pretend this is the stickman, there's one reaction to the head, one reaction to the face, or sorry, one to the top of the head, whoops, one to the front of the face, one to the back of the head, one into the stomach, one into the butt, then one into the front of your legs, and one into the back of your legs. And then there's also one where I just click on him, and then there's one last one where when the header moves. So there's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I count that right? 7, 8, 9? Yeah, there's 9 animations. Right now I'm pretty much done 6 of them, and the last, I've done the harder ones too. So yeah, I'll go ahead and show those all. But yeah, what this is going to be for, you just have to imagine it for now, but this big blue header here is going to have stickman walking around on it, and as I move my cursor around the header, they're going to react like the cursor's punching them, and it's going to be in the style of World's Hardest Game or World's Hottest Game. So there's going to be like a background image and some walls and stuff. So yeah, this header is going to look really good soon, hopefully. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch of cool stuff happening on it. So anyway, right now I started with the animations. I'll go ahead and show the other ones that I've done. Oh, let me just see. Yeah, so this is when the header moves. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and show you all the animations, and then I'll go from there. So yeah, here he's not getting hit by anything. He's just reacting to the header moving. Let me see if I have a thing here for that. I saved some progress files so that you could see like the progress along the way. Yeah, this is my test for the header moving. So what I did was I screen captured this happening where the header switches and it comes in, and then I played that animation over top of it to see what it looks like. So you could see it doesn't really work that well actually, but you could see like when the header starts going up, he reacts to it. So yeah, that animation is the simplest one. Then yeah, this is, I'll save the best one for last. So getting hit on the top I showed you. Getting hit in the face I'll show you again. Getting hit in the face, I was pretty happy with it. The arm is the main thing I liked. Overall, I guess it's pretty simple. I also eased the stepping back. When he steps back, it's like eased more than a normal step, which I think worked there. So yeah, here's another one. I think this is one of my better ones. Oh wait, this is a bad one actually. This one I screwed up. See, this one actually, it was originally Let me see if I could find the rough draft here. Not that one. Let's see. Yeah, see, this animation here, this was originally, instead of getting hit in the, so right now it's like he gets hit in the back of the head, but this animation was originally going to be for the header moving. So it was going to be instead of this one. But what I found, so like what I was going to do, let me see where the rough was. What I was going to do is have him just kind of calmly like go to his knee and then get back up. And that would be like when the header goes down, he'll just fall to his knees and get back up. But when I actually animated it, it got way overly exaggerated and too dramatic. So now, instead of getting to his knees and getting back up, it's really like, it's kind of more like he got knocked to the ground. So I ended up repurposing this animation for getting hit in the back of the head. But so like that would be like the cursor hits him like that. But this one I'm not really that happy with actually, because it's kind of awkward. But yeah, that one I had to adjust it. It started off really awkward because I have to get it looking right when it's all in one color. So with this one, it was really tough to get it working because when he reaches down, like here, it's tough to see the individual limbs. And his back, this back started looking like his arm in an earlier version. So I had to really mess around with this a lot to get it to even, you could even tell what's going on. Whoops. But yeah, that one is okay, but it's not my favorite. The next one here, this one is a longer one. In general, I made these too long. It might end up kind of screwing it up, but overall, I'm still pretty happy. So this is, he gets, let me try to remember which one this one is. Oh yeah, he gets kicked in the front of his, so he's basically getting kicked in his shins. I was really happy with this one. It took a long time. It took about 15 hours or so across 3 days. So yeah, this one, he falls, it's kind of like he's slipping, but really it's like he's getting hit. He falls, reaches out, grabs it, and then smashes his face, and then his face really bounces a lot. Then he has to get onto his butt. Oh yeah, this is the cool part. This is why I like this one so much, is the back. The back, gave me an excuse to do a wave here. Yeah, that's why I like that one so much, is because the back does a wave. I'd do another one with a wavy back. But yeah, he like slides onto his butt, gets up, and like every time he like presses to the ground to get up, then he presses on his knee again to get up a second time. So I got like the nuances of the motion right. And then even when he's walking backward, I did a special type of walk where his head is like a little bit tilted back and his legs are like, his feet are kind of moving a bit higher. But yeah, even the backward walking at the end I think is nuanced pretty well. But yeah, so yeah, the next one is the most difficult one and the most, not the most important one, but my favorite one. It's when you click on him. So if I go like click, he's going to react like I punched him in the chest, kind of. Or it's more like he got punched in the face. But yeah, this one isn't done yet. Let me just try to think. There's a whole bunch of stuff I want to explain. I'm going to show you what's wrong with this one and try to fix it up a bit on camera so you can kind of see how it works. But I'll save that for a bit later. I think what I'll do is I'll just finish showing off these animations. So yeah, this is you got clicked on, and similar to the last one, his back does a wave. So you see the wave. I'll just go through it like this. The lump of the wave is here, and then it moves down his body. So yeah, the wave on his back here doesn't work as well as the other wave. But the thing about this one is he's stepping back and he's getting smaller and he's walking at a weird angle. And I did like creative stuff with the legs where here, like the knee's on the left, here the knee's on the right, here the knee's on the right, and then here it's back on the left, the green knee. I had to like reanimate it a bunch of times with different angles and try to see which looks better. And it ended up kind of ostrich legging a bit where he like kind of like walks like a bird. It was really, that's why I added these feet in. You could see, normally I don't draw feet, but I added little stubs for feet here in order to show that the legs are facing the right direction. Otherwise, the legs looked like he was facing the opposite direction, kind of. But yeah, this one, it's everything about. I'll show you the rough draft. The rough draft I only spent like 2 minutes on. Oh wait, not that one. Where is the rough draft? This one. So I only spent like it was probably like 10 minutes. Just from this rough draft, I in-betweened it and then messed around with all the timing and spacing. And after many hours, actually this one wasn't even that bad. It was more like 12 hours. But yeah, it took a long time because look how many steps he's taking. 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4 step, 5 step, 6 step, right? And then the first step, he lifts this leg before this one's even on the ground, so it's more of a jump. He like jumps his first step. And yeah, originally his hand was gonna rub his face, kind of like he's like rubbing his head here and like rubbing his face here. He's gonna rub his face, but I realized when I mess around with like when the head's wobbling like this, it's too hard to rub it while it's wobbling. So I'm gonna alter it so that he's just grabbing his head. So yeah, I have to fix this arm right here, because right now his arm's just covering the head animation, where really what I want is something more like this, where his arm's like holding his head. But yeah, it's a bit tricky. I messed it up. It's going to be tricky to fix this one. And there are other problems with it which should be easier to fix. But the problem with this is when it's all one color, the arm is covering the head animation. So it kind of messes it up. And it's not clear what his hand is doing here. Is he grabbing his head or what? But yeah, that's the main thing I have to fix on that one. Yeah, and I'll just show you the rough drafts for the other ones. And yeah, there's other stuff to do. Like, normally the thickness of the lines is more. I did this one at a lower line thickness, like this. And I'm going to add it. I'm going to fix the thickness later so that he gets like thinner when he's farther away and thicker when he's closer. Whereas right now he's just thin the entire time. But yeah, I'm going to fix that and some other stuff. But anyway, the rough drafts I have left are just these 3. I have to finish this one and then do these 3. So this one, he gets kicked in the back of the legs, gets up. This one, he gets punched in the stomach and staggers around a bit. And then this one, he gets kicked in the butt, almost falls down, and then walks off a bit. And in some of them, he starts where he ends where he started. And in other ones, he doesn't end where he started. So it's just for variety. I'm going to code it so that it works both ways. So yeah, that's all of the animations I've done so far. I'm trying to think. Yeah, one thing that I want to explain is these animations I put way more effort into than the older ones, even though the older ones are more important. So if you look at like the die animations, for example, I did all 5 of these die animations all in the same day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whereas these ones took over a day each. Some of them took 1 day, but most of these I spent multiple days each on. Oh, this is the wrong file. Yeah, you saw them earlier. Most of these new Hurt animations I'm spending like 2-3 days on, like 15 hours or so total. Because I only work like 5 hours a day. I try to work more, but I have trouble sometimes. Yeah, these older animations are just they were originally going to be in the actual game, but these are just temporary animations now. I'm going to go back and do brand new death animations that are better than this, except for this one. I like this one. I'm going to keep this one and then I'm going to redo all these other ones and then add a bunch more. I also have to have him dying against a wall, because right now, if you die right next to a wall, you'll just go into the wall. Okay, there he didn't, but normally you'll just go inside the wall. So I have to have a whole different set of death animations for against a wall. I'm going to go ahead and do way better hurt animations too. So if you look at the hurt animations, they're boring. It's just some boring, they're all the same basically. What I want is the hurt animations to look more like this. Should look more like that. It's just way more interesting. I can't afford to have this many frames. The hurt animations have to be really short, so I can't make the hurt animation in the gameplay this cool, but I can definitely do something cooler than what I had before. What I had before is kind of lazy. I did all the hurt animations and all the die animations all in the same day, whereas these new animations, some of them took like 3 days just for one. So yeah, anyway, originally I was kind of upset because these hurt and die animations are more important than the header animations, and yet the header animations I put way more effort into and are better. But what I realized is that's fine because I can just redo these animations. So I'm just considering these rough drafts for now, and I'm gonna do way better animations for these later because I just wasn't holding myself to the proper standards before. I was doing them all on one layer. I was drawing the whole stickman on one layer, whereas now I do each layer individually. I do one arm, back, leg, and head, and then that allows me to fine-tune each thing. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is I've abandoned my old technique of doing it all on one layer because it's too hard to fine-tune each arm and leg. And now with my new technique of splitting up the layers and all the practice I've gotten from doing all these animations, I can definitely do way better death and hurt animations for the actual game. So yeah, I'm happy about that because it was worth the death and hurt animations are important enough that it was worth it to go through all this effort and then do them all over again. Because if I did them from the start, I wouldn't have had the practice to be able to do a good job. Whereas now I actually feel I could do a way better job than I did before. But it's because I've gotten all this practice. So if I had tried to do them better earlier, I don't think I would have been able to. Because even though I've been animating for many years, I quit for quite a while. And I really wasn't, I don't know, I didn't really reach my potential before. If you look at my old animations, some of them are good, but I can get a lot better still, I think. But yeah. So now what I'm doing is I took I don't even know how long, a few weeks off coding to do these animations. What I was planning on just doing all of them all in a row. But what I've realized is I'm going to try to teach myself to kind of diversify my daily time management or whatever, so that instead of doing all animation or all level design or all coding, I'm going to do mostly coding, then some animation, then some level design, and then I'm going to split my day up so that I'm doing some of each. So what I'm planning on doing is coding for a few hours, then animating for a bit, and then doing some other stuff for a bit. So yeah, instead of just finishing these last 3 animations all in a row, I'm going to slowly take my time on them over the next 2 weeks or whatever, maybe longer. I don't know if it'll take that long, but even though this one I could do pretty easily, this one's not that hard, and the rough draft of this one is actually pretty good. It's just the staggering. When you're staggering, it's different than when you're normally walking. Same with walking backwards. You have to. I'm trying to go for the nuances of the different types of walking. So it's not as easy as just in betweening it. I have to time it really carefully. But anyway, this one's still going to be pretty easy. This one is annoying because he's on the ground and getting back up. When you're on the ground and getting back up, the temptation is to make the animation 4 seconds long. Because this is 30 FPS and 120 frames. So this is 4 seconds. It's too long, really. But when you're on the ground and getting back up, it's hard to make it shorter. So yeah, I'm not really looking forward to doing this one. Although at least his head's not whacking the ground. When the head whacks the ground, it's harder because it's a more dramatic whacking. But yeah, this one might not be that hard, or it might be hard. I'm not sure. I haven't done this motion before where he's almost falling the ground and then getting back up quickly. This one is similar because he's not actually falling to the ground. But this one is easier than the other one because this one he's moving while doing. This is like the other one plus walking at the same time. So this one's harder. But yeah, these last three overall aren't that bad though. So yeah, I'm gonna finish all these animations. I'll also show you this. Let's see here. Oh, see if I could find this. There's also real people versions of all this stuff. Is this the right file? I don't think so. Real one. It's weird that I don't know if this is the right file or not. Oh, this doesn't look good. I'm not sure. I hope I didn't lose my progress on this stuff I was doing. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Wait, let me just make sure I didn't lose a bunch of progress. Why am I not seeing files? Oh, okay, it was in the, I don't know why. Okay, I have to organize my assets better. I thought I was in the right file, but I'm not. But yeah, these are the real people versions, although I clipped them, I messed up while I was clipping them. But this is all those stick animations, these are the real people versions of it. This is 24 FPS instead of 30, by the way. So yeah, there's going to be a stick version and a real people version for everything. And obviously it's not going to be me, it's going to be Hot Women. That's why it's called Fair Maiden Games. I'm just there temporarily. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to finish off these animations and make a really, really cool header. Then I'm going to do a crap load of coding. Oh god, I don't even want to look at this. This is just a bunch of random crap that I wrote down, little notes to fix to clean up my code. But this, I have to go sweep through all that and make a bunch of little fixes of like cleaning up my code. But yeah, I'm gonna make the header and clean up my code, then get back to actual game development. It's gonna take a while though. But yeah, anyway, just want to show you real quick before I end the video. I'll show you what's wrong. Oh, I could have shown you like some more progress, I guess. Let me just see what these files are. These are like my progress partway through certain things, but whatever. I don't need to show these. Like, I don't even know what these are. I'm not sure what this file is, but anyway. Yeah, what I'll show you is, try to do this quickly. This is a technique I've gotten pretty good at, I think. So this is standard frame-by-frame animation, but it's hard to get everything right while just from pure frame-by-frame. So there's a technique where you can tween and frame-by-frame at the same time, which I'm doing. So the best example is like, if you look at like the head here, see how it's going up and down and left and right? Oops. Let's see here. See how the head goes left and right and up and down? Or there's probably better examples like see how it's going like left and right and up and down? It's because I've tweened, I have it on separate layers and I've tweened the head left and right and up and down, as opposed to actually drawing the frames with like, I draw the head all in the same spot and then I tween it, as opposed to like drawing it in different spots. In certain cases, it's just way easier to do that than to draw it right the first time. So if you look at this active animation, there's a few things like, one thing I can do, so the obvious one is the head at the very end. Let me just think here. Yeah, it should go left and right at the very end a bit, and it's like down halfway through his shoulders, and then at the end it just kind of goes up. But I don't know, that might be kind of... I guess I'll try fixing that right now. This is what it looks like when you use the tweening technique. So I take all those frames, I put it into a temporary thing, paste them here, then I go back to the animation, go here, then I replace the frame by frame stuff with this new thing. So now I have all the animation of the head, but it's like contained in a single object called a movie clip. And what that means is I can now move it around, and it keeps all my animation. I'm just changing the position of it. So what I can do is at the very end, I want at the very end, yeah, it'll start looping when you get to the last frame. So this doesn't matter because you won't actually see this frame, but anyway. Oh yeah, this frame doesn't matter, so just ignore that frame. But at the very end, I feel like his head just isn't moving left and right enough. So like, and also it's like here, it's not clear if it's in the right spot. It's also, it's like partway through the shoulders here, and then here it's at the top. I'm trying to think if it's fine actually. But anyway, I'll just show you. Like, I think here maybe it should move. I feel like it's actually pretty tough. I thought I knew what I wanted to do. I think, just thinking, yeah, there's definitely something wrong at the end. Okay, it's too low here, so that's what I'll start with. I'll say here it's just too low here. So what I'll do, I'll just kind of like pick some random frames before and after when it's too low. Let me just think for a second. Yeah, I'll just try that. I'll just move it up here like that, and then I'll tween it. So what that means is now that spot where it's too low, it kind of like isn't too low there anymore, if that makes sense. I think I did just improve it actually. See, so like what I did was I moved it slightly up. If I were to move it really up, this is what it would look like, right? So I didn't move it that much, but what I did I just mess it up? But yeah, I think, see here, it used to be like down here, but I kind of fixed it a bit. So yeah, I would say that helped a bit. Yeah, I definitely think that helped. That might have been all I needed to do actually. Although it's moving up too much actually. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to just leave it like that actually. And there's also like some weird stuff going on. Oh yeah, see like this frame of the head, it's missing something. But yeah, so that's the kind of thing I'm doing. Like I first animate it frame by frame, and then I go back and tween it. So for example, with this arm here, this arm isn't really in the right spot. So what I could do, like maybe this will just fix it if I just try this. Let me just try this. So I'm gonna try tweening the arm. I think I'll actually have to really significantly change the head and the arm frame by frame animation, because when you catch your head, the head should be like touching your arm, like contained by it. Whereas right now the head's kind of just going past the arm. So I might have really screwed that up, and I might actually have to do some serious like fixing. But I'm hoping that I could just tween it and it'll just kind of look good. So let's see if this works here. So yeah, I just took all the arm frame by frame animation and put it in a I called it a movie clip earlier, but it's actually technically whoops, it's called a graphic actually. So yeah, when I tween the arm, let's put it in the same spot as it was before. So yeah, when I tween the arm, what I want here, it's not really in the right spot. So I'm gonna put the pivot like roughly here, and then I'm gonna just go like this, like put it back here. So now I'll just like go like that. Oh yeah, I definitely didn't fix it. That definitely didn't fix it. I'll just show you what this looks like just for fun. So this is what I just did. See, now he's kind of grabbing, oh. See, now he's grabbing his head, but the arms are wrong, like everything's all messed up now. But yeah, there's just a test just so you could see. But yeah, like I have to fix this whole thing. I'll get rid of that because that looks like crap. I think I'm gonna keep this head thing. I might try adding some ease though. I just want to see what it looks like with ease. Tempted to keep this. I feel like it needs to go left and right more though. Maybe I'll fix this off camera. I'm just gonna try really quickly making this go left and right. Oop. So now I've got it. I had the original frame by frame, and then I added some tweening. Now I'm gonna keep that tweening I had before and add another layer of tweening. I already tweened it a bunch too off camera earlier. So now I've got the up and down. I just want to add like some left and right at the end. I'm not sure where though. So like maybe the head should be more left here, or I'm not, might be fine. It just doesn't look right though. I'll just get rid of those last frames so they don't confuse people. Just trying to decide if the head is fine the way it is. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna go like this. Right here, wait. Yeah, I feel like it needs to be a little bit more left right here. I'm gonna go like this. Oops. Yeah, that's probably way better now. Not way better, but feel like that helped a bit. Yeah, I do feel like that helped a bit, although I still feel it's too high near the end. Kind of want to make it go lower, or it's too low near the end. I mean, like right here, it kind of feels too low. I feel like maybe I could just move it up slightly like that. Kind of feel like I helped it a bit. It's just the arms messed up. I'm slightly tempted. Well, no, I'm not. I'm tempted to just leave the arm as it is actually, but I'm not actually tempted to do that. I'm just not looking forward to. I really like this animation. I'm scared that I'm gonna mess it up if I like. Once I change the arm, I'm gonna have to change the head, and it's gonna be a whole big ordeal. But I'm trying to figure out if there's a way I could do something with the arm that wouldn't be massively inconvenient. Like, I'm just trying to think what I could eat. So like one thing I'll try, maybe instead of catching the head with the arm, let me just go like this. Get rid of that old head. I like making it look like this. even though it's kind of confusing to do that. Yeah, I think I actually, yeah, okay. Let me just see if I could just get rid of those symbols real quick. If I go like this, I think I can just go like break, break. Then go delete, delete. Oh, what happened? That didn't work. Did I mess it up? I want to get rid of one of these oh, wait, what? It's weird. Temp. Oh. Temp head. Wait, what? Let me just see what's going on here. Temp head. Why is there a... Oh, okay. I guess I'll just go like this. Delete that. What is this? I'll delete this too. Actually, I'm scared to delete that. Let's see if I messed anything up first. Okay, there. Yeah, what I did, I was just cleaning up my library a bit because I have a bunch of temporary symbols that are used temporarily. But yeah, so like one thing I'll just try real quick here. Maybe this will just kind of fix it. Instead of catching the head with the arm, what I could try doing is just moving the arm as far away from the head as possible. So maybe instead of touching your head, maybe now he just kind of goes like that. So if maybe I can get the head or get the arm away from the head, maybe that'll work. Because as I explained earlier, when everything gets converted all into the same color, if your arm's in front of your head, you can't see what's going on. It's just like a pretzel of a line. So I want to keep the limbs like away from each other so you can see what's going on, or that the motion is clearer, like that you're catching the head. But anyway, it's just really tough, like, to get everything right. I'm hoping I can just kind of like tweak it a bit and it'll just kind of look good, which does happen sometimes. But most of the time I have to like do significant amount of animation to make it, like when it's not looking good, it's usually not that easy to fix. Okay, so let me try again here. I just want to fix the arm. Okay, so it's not going to be easy to fix. I can tell just by looking at it, this probably isn't going to work, but I'm going to try anyway. I'll just say like, where's the arm? Where should it be right here? Because right now it's just covering, the head's moving through the arm, so I'm not catching the head really. Maybe if I tilted, ooh, okay. Tempted to give that another try actually. Okay, let me just try again. I think if I tilt the head left and then tilt the arm right, or sorry, tilt the arm left and the head right, then there'll be enough space between them that it might just somehow look good. So that's what I'm hoping right now. So I'm going to try this again. I've converted all that head tweening I've flattened it all into a single layer without any symbols. So now I'm going to put it back into a temporary symbol so I can tween it again. Try this again. Okay, see if I could somehow getting it look good, fixing this animation on camera, that would be pretty cool, but it's probably not going to work, but it might work. But let's just see here. Because yeah, this, as I mentioned earlier, is, I don't know if I mentioned this, but this might be my best animation I've ever done, like personally my favorite, just because the motion is really not that easy to do. Like him taking all those steps backward, jumping the first step, staggering a bit, and then coming forward while your head's moving and your back's wobbling. It was really, really like, I had to really try my hardest to get it even to this point. It was really tough. It was surprisingly not as bad as I thought, but it was still tough. Because you have to think like, you have to have like, I forget what it's called. but it might be called spatial reasoning. But like on an IQ test, sometimes they show you like a shape, and then they say rotate it a certain like amount, and then what does it look like? When you're animating, you have to think about like 3D space and what things look like when they're rotated, and it's really difficult to get the motions to like look right. Because like even here, if you look at this frame, it looks ridiculous. It doesn't look right. But if I didn't do that, then this wave, like the wave going through his body, wouldn't look right. But anyway, let me just see if I could fix this animation, then I'll end the video. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I just want to fix the start. I might mess around with the end a bit more, although I think the end's probably fine. So what I'm gonna do, let me just see here. Okay, so here, okay, this probably isn't gonna work now that I think about it, but I'm gonna try anyway. Go like this, go like that. Okay, I'm gonna say right here, I wanna significantly alter the position, and then by here it'll go back to normal. So this I'll move way over here. Whoa, what the hell? Oh, right. Okay, move this way over here. This is probably gonna mess it up. And then this I'll move way over here. Okay, this is gonna mess it up. And I'm not even sure what's happening here. 25. Why is that getting all messed up? What the hell? Oh, it's because I didn't tween it. Okay, hopefully this magically fixed it. Nah. Although at least it's not overlapping anymore. See if this somehow looks right. I don't know. I don't know. At first I thought I ruined it, but I'm starting to feel like this almost improved it. It kind of did improve it in a way. I feel like, you know what I really need to do? I need to move these shoulders up quicker. Yeah, I'm going to fix the shoulders. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do a whole bunch of animation right now that I think about it. See if I can fix this. Right now, I'm thinking that actually improved. This might be fine, actually. I might have actually, that might have, just trying to think how bad this looks. If it even looks bad. Does it look bad? When you look at an animation over and over for hours and hours, you lose touch with, oh god, I don't like that. I don't like how it's covering so much of it there. I don't know, like when I've seen this animation like maybe 50,000 times, so now it's like, I don't even know what I'm looking at anymore. But yeah, this is a really cool technique because when it's all one layer, you can't tween anything. Everything's stuck together. When it's separate layers, not only can I tween the layers, but I could also fine tune the layers. So I can go frame by frame by frame by frame and say, oh, you know what? I don't like, this in between is bad actually. Now that I wasn't actually expecting that to be bad, but now that I think about it, that in between is really messed up. Let me just see. Okay, I'm just gonna directly fix that before I do this other stuff here. I don't have my tablet here, but if I'm just fixing a single frame, it's no big deal. Just go like this. I like to see the back while I'm drawing it. See, that leg got short too quickly. That was a bad in between, and I like to go like this a bit to move it back a bit. That. So now, okay. So that's the power of like. Oh wait, I messed it up. Okay, I don't know what the hell. Why is it doing that? God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just delete a bunch of. What happened? I thought it looked fine before. What's going on? Okay, let me just fix this real quick. The whole point of these videos is like showing behind the scenes, so this shouldn't Shouldn't be a problem. Oh, okay, did that fix it? Okay, I think I just fixed it. There's just one frame there. So yeah, it's still a bit messed up, but it's better than before. But yeah, the good thing about this technique is I can go layer by layer and really fine tune the frames, and then I can also like adjust them via tweening very, very conveniently. So anyway, what I want to do right now is here the shoulders are too low. Let me just think. Wait. Here they're fine. Here maybe the shoulders are too high. They should be lower. Okay, I'm seeing two heads at once, but that's because I didn't hide the layer. Let's go like this. Okay, let me just think about this for a sec. So either, okay, here maybe the shoulders are too low. In fact, I may want to bounce up and down the shoulders while he's, okay, so you know, I'm just gonna write it all down. This is how I animate. Let's go like this. I'm just gonna do this until I fixed it. I'm gonna be here for a while probably. So the first thing, okay, shoulders should bounce while walking. Up, down, LR. So I feel like the shoulders aren't bouncing enough, but that's kind of like not as that's more of an improvement, whereas this is kind of like messed up, like it's just in the wrong spot. Like, and I'm gonna erase this little piece of the neck at the end, but I just feel like the shoulders are moving up. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong here. I guess maybe the head is just too low here. I guess maybe that's just what it is. I just can't tell. Maybe I'll fix this off camera. I'm not sure. This one, like, I feel like it needs to be. This is a different issue. I'm like going back and forth between multiple issues here, which isn't really good, but I feel like that did help it. I don't know though. I don't like when the hand overlaps the head too much. Like here, it's covering that portion of the animation. I don't like how it covers it there. I could just manually adjust that, like frame by frame, maybe. I just don't want it to cover it. I'm just trying to think, like, am I butchering it right now, or I think I could manually edit this, fix these frames instead of tweening it, and then that maybe he'll catch his head a bit. So yeah, I think I'll fix that arm frame by frame off camera. I just want, like, maybe the shoulders should bounce up and down, like during this. Okay, like, so for example, right here, I could definitely make the shoulders go up and down here. So like here, they could go up. So this is what I'll do. I'll say, oh, I need the other arm. Just create another temp arm 0. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just do a little bit of work on camera and then I'll finish it off camera. This. Okay, so I want the shoulders to bounce up and down. Just start with what I know I can fix. So like here, so shoulders are not bouncing up and down enough. They are a little bit, but not enough. So I guess here they need to be higher. I'll just start with that. So I'll say from here they're too high for sure. In fact, this entire time they're over here. They're probably too high too. Let's go like this. Wait a minute. If they're too high there also, well, I'll just start with this. I guess from here they're up. I'll go down here like that maybe. I don't want to butcher my animation. Okay, here they're too high. I'm gonna start with they're clearly too high here. I feel like here. Okay. Just trying to think here. Okay, like here they're too high. I'll just start with this. Okay, too high here, move down. Wait, I want to end it though back when where it started. So like that. Okay, now so here they're too high, so I'm gonna move them down a bit here, maybe. Let me just think here. Okay, yeah, here they're clearly too high here. Okay, you know what? I'll move them down while this animation is playing so that they're already down. So maybe it's just way too high. Okay, here is way too high. Maybe I'll go from here. It's tough. Okay, here is clearly too high. Wait. I don't even know if this is too high, but let me just think. Like, I'm just gonna move it over a bit. Okay, like here is probably too high. Move down a bit. Then here is too high. Move down a bit. Now I probably want it to go up here. Definitely. His head's going up. Go up here. Then, okay, here I kind of like that they went down enough. I want it to stagger it. I don't want it to go up at the same. Oh, it's too quick. I don't want it to go up and down at the same rate as the head. I want it to be delayed a bit. So like when the head goes up, it should follow up shortly after. I feel like I've helped it a bit there. Feel like, okay, here it's not bouncing up enough. Then, okay, I'll call it down here. And then I'll say like get back more like, well, I'll try up again actually. And then this will go to default here. Let's try that. This probably helped it. Let's see. It's not really bouncing up and down enough though. Okay, like here the head's clearly going up. I'll just bring this up a bit. I don't know. Okay, I want to bring it down. And then up again. I just want to see the movement. This doesn't really look like it's bouncing up and down enough. The head you could see bouncing. Like, not the... It's like, here the head's going up, but the shoulders aren't going up enough. So what I may do is just, like, add a whole nother layer of tweening. I'm just going to turn this into a giant mess, though. But... I'm tempted to end the video and do this off camera. It's taking a long time. Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna finish this animation off camera. I was just giving you like a little taste of like what it looks like when I'm adjusting at the end, but I think that's good enough. So I'm gonna fix this off camera. I'm actually pretty happy with this work I did on camera for this part though, like the head and the arms. So that was a good example of like I kind of fixed that animation a bit. Maybe okay. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna try to do this real quick here. I just want to fix the bouncing up and down of the arms. So I'll say. I'm gonna fix off camera. It's gonna take too long. Okay, I'm gonna finish all these animations and do a bunch of coding, and there'll be a video hopefully in less than a month with the new header, and then from there I'm gonna try to get back to like significant progress on gameplay and stuff. Yeah, so that's it for now. I think this next video is going to be really good. The new header I'm predicting is going to be really, really good. There's other stuff I'm going to do that I haven't mentioned also. So, yeah, hopefully that'll go really well. Yeah, I'm going to check in a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks, maybe even a month, and hopefully this whole head will be done, and then, yeah, it'll be great. Yeah, I'm going to try to fix this animation off camera. Alright, so check in soon. And I think this next video is going to be really good. Alright, see you.